I've got a habit of getting into big games long after other people have finished with them. The latest example of this is Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Although it came out back in 2013, I'm only playing through it now, so here's my massively out-of-date thoughts on it. Deal with it. Assassin's Creed games are best described like Friends episodes. We had the one in the Holy Land, the one set in Italy, the one with the American Civil War, and so on. Black Flag is the one with pirates in it, and that's pretty much all you need to know. Still, I've done my research and it turns out most YouTube reviews are a bit longer than this, so I'll keep talking for a wee bit. Black Flag follows Welsh pirate Edward Kenway as he, something to do with pirates, something Templar Knights, something Blackbeard.
Pure fucking science.
Boats. I don't know. Look, I'll level with you. Black Flag's story is utter shite. Its cutscenes are dull, even though it randomly throws a few swear words in there from time to time, which is usually my trick.
I'll cut you another cunt, traitor!
The majority of its characters are so unremarkable that by the time I remembered who someone was, they'd already been killed.
If you could speak, mate, it would gladden me to hear your side.
This is maybe because most of the game's missions are annoyingly similar, making them all merge together in my head like one big recurring memory. I couldn't tell you how many times I had to tail someone from a distance without them spotting me, or run after someone and kill them, or... well, that's pretty much all you do for the most part. It also doesn't help that these missions often have really annoyingly lengthy gaps between checkpoints, which is particularly frustrating when you try a mission for the first time. Look, here's an example. I've got to follow this prick and all his pals, making sure nobody spots me along the way. Let's speed it up a bit. Right, so I go all this way, climbing over the houses and the like, until finally I get to here. Now, if I was playing this for the first time and wasn't able to suss out the area, if I could have died here, that would have been it. I would have died and I would have had to go all the way back to the start again. Thankfully, this is like my third or fourth time on this level, so I've got far enough to trigger the next checkpoint. But I did fail a few times before getting to this stage, and that happens a lot. The result of this is some really annoying trial and error gameplay as you do missions numerous times, long checkpoints and all, until you find the ideal path to take without triggering a failure and having to start all over again from the start. And then sometimes you get sent back to the present day just to remind you that Assassin's Creed is meant to be set in the present day, and you're made to explore the Abstergo offices while doing rubbish hacking minigames and enduring really long and boring cutscenes when all you want to do is be a pirate, and this is as far from being a fucking pirate as you can get unless you're playing a torrent of the game. At this stage you may think I hate Black Flag, that the very thought of it sends shivers of anger up my perfectly formed spine, but in reality, despite these annoyances, I've put about 50 or 60 hours into it so far. Why? Because boats. This is the Jackdaw. This is Kenway's boat and it's a fucking belter. I've been collecting bits of metal and other scraps from other boats and I've used them to upgrade it into some sort of seafaring war beast. Look at the size of the game map. It's absolutely massive. I can sail wherever I want, and these tiny wee islands are full levels in themselves. Unlike games like, say, Wind Waker, which incidentally I love obviously, there's actually lots to do in Black Flag while you're sailing between the islands. Sometimes I'll just spend hours sailing around, fucking up English and Spanish ships like some sort of maritime Grand Theft Auto. Once you've worn a ship down, you can then board it, killing some of its crew and using the rest of them to either repair your ship or join your fleet. Continuing the Grand Theft Auto comparison, wreck enough boats and you'll soon become wanted, with these red-sailed hunter boats chasing after you. But whereas in GTA the best course of action was to avoid the police, here you don't have to be a shitebag, you can just turn around and take them on, if your boat's strong enough obviously. See, I just have loads of fun doing shit like this. Occasionally I'll sail past an island that's got a treasure chest on it, at which point I'll tell my men to stop the boat, jump off it without a word, swim over to the island, nick the treasure and then swim back, just for the hell of it. Or sometimes I'll come across a shark or a whale and try and catch the bastard in the harpooning minigame. These bits aren't so good, but still, I'm hunting a whale while stripped to the waist. I haven't done that since I went to nightclubs in Glasgow when I was 18. Occasionally it's annoying little niggles that'll still rear their heads every now and then. The subtitles capitalise random words for absolutely no reason. and sometimes the cutscenes will glitch a bit, leading to weird moments like this where Blackbeard's got an invisible hostage. And Kenway has one of the worst faces you'll ever see in a new gen game. His face is animated well enough, but he's got this weird combination of dark tan and blonde hair, and although that probably would have been realistic given that he was Welsh and travelling the Seven Seas, it just makes him look like some knob who went to Ibiza with his mates for a week and didn't bring proper sunscreen.
That's Captain Woods Rogers, not a man I want seeing my face.
I don't want to play someone like that, which is why the first chance I got I unlocked the old Altair hood on him and covered up his wanker face. It isn't perfect then, and whether it's the modern day Abstergo bits or the repetitive stalking levels, you're never too far away from another sigh-inducing moment. But when it all comes together and you're leaping from your ship's mast to another to take on a whole crew of knobs single-handedly, you feel like a legend. And that's why, even though I'm late to the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag party, I'm glad I eventually turned up.